Hello and welcome to Zero Cool Gaming and this week's gaming review of Grandia 2. Of the three Grandia games, I would say Grandia 2 is the one that I enjoyed the most. The first one, I didn't really like the story all that much. It's a good story, but it just wasn't for me. And the third one, there was just too much grinding. So this one's the one that I like the best, and this is the one that I'm going to review today. Uh, You start the game taking on a seemingly simple job as a guy named Ryudo. He accepts the task of being the bodyguard for a sister of Grannis on the way to a dark tower to perform an exorcism. While he normally doesn't do work for the church, money is money, and so Ryudo met with the songstress of Grannis and gingerly girl and was instructed to stay outside of the temple as she and the sisters performed the ritual. But soon after they entered, there was a loud explosion. Something was definitely wrong. Uh, so he decided to go ahead and enter the temple and got tangled up in a larger story as a result. Grandia 2 is an RPG with an innovative battle system and a fairy tale feel. The game takes place in several overhead environments as you guide Ryudo and his party across the globe on a quest against the forces of evil. It's a traditional village to battle area game and shouldn't surprise you too much. You do get to play as several different characters, including Elena, Melina, Rowan, Marg, and Tao. Tao's an AI, Marg's an animal person, Rowan's a kid, and Melina is the other half of Elena, sort of. Anyway, and you go through the entire game, kind of solving the whole problem that started with the escort quest. Um, each of your characters will be fighting not only physically but mentally with their beliefs as well. There's a ton of dialogue in the game that revolves around just character development. For instance, if you stay the night at an inn or camp out somewhere, you'll go through a little section of the game where you place the cursor above the head of the character you want to speak, and they'll start having a related conversation. Through this little discussion, you'll see contrasting beliefs of each character, and these beliefs will help to redefine each other's beliefs. The larger story develops over a long time, and you'll probably require 30 plus hours to complete the game. Um, yes, I played the game. I think it took me like 45 hours total. Wasn't too long. Um, I like the game because it's got good gameplay. I feel that it's well designed. What do I mean by that? If you go through each area and you kill all the monsters on each map before moving on to the next one, you don't have to grind in this game. And plus, by doing so, you'll find like little pickups of either items or extra gold or uh, potions, things to that effect. So it rewards you for exploring as well. And that to me is good game design. If you go through the whole game just doing that, you'll be plenty leveled enough to be able to finish the game. Um, so to me, that's why I enjoy it. That's one of the reasons I enjoy it. Another reason that I enjoy it is that it's got a little bit of an older writing style to it. And what I mean by that is that it's designed for older kids, probably in their late teens. Um, the first one's designed for your younger kids, probably in their early teens, and the third one's kind of somewhere in between the two as far as the writing goes. Um, so yeah, I enjoyed Grandia 2. I liked it. I thought it was a good game. I played it on PC back when it came out on PC, I guess. Probably a couple of years after because I wait for games to drop in price before I buy them. But, I mean, this game kept me interested enough to where I played it all the way through. Um, I never at any point felt that the game was being unfair. If I couldn't get past something, it was because of something that I was doing wrong usually. And it'd take me a couple of times to figure that out. Later on, I learned kind of some of the intricacies to the game. Like if you spend the time to kill off all the parts to the boss before you kill its main body, you can collect all the items that are contained within each of the parts. Um, and while although that is fun to do, there was a couple of bosses even in this latest playthrough that I did that they outright killed me for trying to do that. I wasn't strong enough really to do what I was trying to, but the rest of them I was able to do it, so that's pretty good. Um, so yeah, it was a fun game. It's a decent story. Plenty of action. Doesn't get real in deep or depth about anything, but decent storyline. Um, gameplay, like I said, it's fair. You don't have to do any grinding unless you want to. Um, and it moves along pretty quick. I mean, it really does. I mean, some people think 40 hours is a long game, and me, I think 400 or 500 hours is a long game. So, I mean, it really depends on how you look at it. This particular game, yeah, 40, 50 hours, I could easily see that to get through it. So, uh, did I like it? Yes, I enjoyed it. It's not a bad game. It's easy to play. It's easy to read. Decent storyline. Yeah, I would recommend it. Uh, well, that's my review of Grandia II, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.